Howdy, Space Rangers, Captain Phoenix here. This is a bit weird. I'm doing a trailer reaction. I don't think I've done this in over a year, maybe a year and a half. Wow, it's been a long time. But there's a good reason why I'm reacting to this trailer. So we've just gotten our first trailer for the Ahsoka series. I haven't seen the trailer yet. I don't know when it's coming out, but I figured I would. the minute I got the notification, I knew I had to boot up my camera and react to it. For a couple of reasons. For one, I really love Rebels, the show. It was one of my first introductions into Star Wars. Yeah, it was actually. I watched The Force Awakens, then Rebels, so it was like my second thing I go into Star Wars for. So I have a huge connection to that show. And I really love Ahsoka as a character, her growth throughout the series. And on top of that, the Ahsoka show is like my most anticipated show of all of 2023. So because of that, I'm just like so hyped. So I'm so glad we got the trailer. So now, I'm really, really hyped for the trailer even before I've seen it. So like, let's get into it.
Something's coming.
Up the volume, we need that hype.
Something dark.
Oh, that's cool. Doing the squid thing.
I sense it.
I think she's done fine.
This is a new beginning.
Sabine, the load cat.
For some, war.
Hera! They brought it in! Okay, I'm so glad they brought it in. And Chopper, my boy.
For others, power.
Okay.
It's been a while. Things have changed. I started hearing whispers
Mon Mothma?
about Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire. We have to prepare for the worst. The Jedi fell a long time ago. There aren't many left.
Perhaps it is time to begin again.
August. That's when it's coming out. August. That's gonna be the best month of my life. Okay, I'm hyped. I am so hyped. In fact, I am so hyped. This trailer alone has already derailed some of the videos that are coming out soon. Of course, I'm still gonna release the TV show's video tonight. So for those of you who don't know, go check it out right now. You're most likely watching this as it's airing or after it's premiered. But I was gonna do a Bad Batch season 2 review tomorrow, but I think I'm gonna do the Ahsoka trailer breakdown first because there is a lot to break down in this trailer. Like, first of all, who are these guys? Never seen them before. And Hera is back. I am so glad she is back. I was kind of on the fence as to whether or not they were gonna bring her back because there wasn't a lot of reason for them to. So I'm glad they did it anyway. The fan service is very much appreciated. I am very much questioning whether or not Jason is with her. From what I've heard, the show does seem to be taking place a bit all over the timeline. Some parts of it may look like it takes place before Rebels. I mean, during Rebels, before the original trilogy. Some part of it looks like it takes place after. Like, I don't see Jason here. Maybe he's somewhere else in the ship or not. Also, Sabine is very interesting because if I'm not wrong, in her what's this? At the end of Rebels, she had like a shorter haircut. Here, however, just like yeah, here her hair is longer. So again, it kind of makes you wonder when in the timeline does this take place? Because in Rebels she had a shorter haircut. I could swear I can look it up if I need to, but I could swear she had a shorter haircut in Rebels. Yeah, she had this goofy haircut. So it does make me wonder like when in the timeline the live action stuff takes place, or if she just has longer hair for the sake of longer hair, and we're not supposed to question why she cut it in the animated form and why it's long in live action form. Maybe this is just one of those things we have to gloss over, like how Ahsoka's lekus have shrunken. It's like a law thing. You don't really need to dig into it that deep. I'm also very interested in this chick. She's very much like a dark side force user, so I don't know if she's an inquisitor we haven't seen before. I have heard rumors that there was like a 13th sister who wasn't introduced into the canon. So maybe this is the 13th sister. Maybe they're finally making her canon. If not, maybe she's just some dark side servant. If she's an inquisitor, I am very happy for that because I always did have like a sequel trilogy idea in my head. Not the sequel trilogy we know, like if I was to make the sequel trilogy myself. I always had this idea at the back of my mind that the villain of the trilogy would always be an Inquisitor, someone who served Vader, maybe looked up to Vader, was very close to them. Someone more or less in the same line as who Reva's character was, except instead of hating Vader, they actually like more or less worshipped Vader. So I don't know if this chick will fall into that same category, but if they are, that would be great. So yeah, if it is an Inquisitor, I am glad. Like you get kind of getting this storyline. It's it's very much falling into like this fan script I have in my mind of like what happened after the original trilogy. I'm also very glad Thrawn is coming back. Cannot wait to see him. Cannot wait to see like who plays him and how they bring life to this character. It's gonna be very entertaining. I'm also interested as to who this guy is. Who the hell are you? Like he doesn't seem like an inquisitor. Like he's like a bit, he like looks way too old for an inquisitor. Because like for those who don't know, the inquisitors were more or less like teens around there when they became inquisitors. So like I don't think he's an inquisitor. So I think he might be an actual dark side servant. Like maybe he was someone who was serving Palpatine on the side or something. I don't know. But I'm very interested because so far it seems like we have three red lightsaber wielders in this show. One of whom might be an inquisitor. We have this guy, and there was someone else. I love this, by the way. We're getting another hallway scene. Whenever there's a hallway scene in Star Wars, you know it's gonna be good. Yeah, this person. I don't know if this is the same chick as before, the one from earlier, and this is just her wearing her Inquisitor outfit, or if this is actually another Inquisitor. And if so, who is it really? Because I'm pretty sure there are only like three Inquisitors who we don't know what happened to them. There's Riva, who kind of just left on her own in Kenobi. She kind of just stopped being an Inquisitor. Maybe she decided to pick up the double red lightsaber again. Who knows? There is the fourth sister, but she was a Twi'lek, and she was in Kenobi. She didn't really do much. I just knew she was like the fourth sister. And there's the ninth sister from Jedi Fallen Order. All of whom do not look like this. None of them resemble like this character. So I wonder who this Inquisitor is. Again, maybe it's the 13th sister who they're finally making canon, or maybe it's someone new, a 14th brother, if anything. I'm interested. Or again, maybe it's a chick from earlier. Maybe just wearing the full suit. But I don't think it's the old guy. But still, that means two or three lightsaber wielders. I'm gonna do a full breakdown of this. I'm just like trying to capture my thoughts. I am so excited for this show. We're getting some good old Star Wars like classic stuff here. Lightsabers, action, force wielding stuff here. New Republic, like it's all the good stuff I like about Star Wars into one. We're even getting like a ship battle as we saw earlier. And if I'm not wrong, there was something interesting I'd seen at the back over here. Not at the back. Here, this scene. I don't know where this is, but it looks really cool. I can only assume this is like where the finale is gonna take place. If anything, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the world between worlds. I really do hope that this show does do something with the world between worlds and delves into that kind of topic. I don't know if they will or not, because I know time travel is a very finicky thing in Star Wars. So if they do go into that, they better be very careful. If not, it'll probably just have something to do with Mortis, I'm pretty sure. Can't wait to see Ezra, though. He has not appeared in the trailer yet, but I can't wait to see him. Oh gosh, there is so much I like. Like I have so many expectations for this show. Like there's so many things I want this show to do, but at the same time, I'm also a realistic guy, so I know it won't be able to do all of them, or it won't be able to fulfill all of my fantasies. Like I'm realistic enough to know that. But I do hope that it does deliver on whatever story it's trying to tell. Like for example, I don't know if Ahsoka is gonna die here or not. A lot of people are theorizing she might die because they haven't said there's gonna be like a second season or anything. I'm pretty sure they even said it's like a limited series, right? Or is this just an original series? Okay, it's an original series. It's not like Kenobi where they marketed it as being limited. So here I think they might be opening themselves up to a season two if they want that. So maybe Thrawn will be like the big overarching villain for the shows taking place post Return of the Jedi. That would be really cool. But I don't know. Maybe he wants to be the next Emperor. Again, there's a lot of things that are potential ideas for what the show could do, and that's what I'm saying. I have a lot of expectations for it. I'm not gonna give off my expectations for this show. I'm not gonna say what I want Ahsoka to do, mostly due to the fact that once I feel like someone gives the expectations for something, they're kind of setting themselves up for failure. Because when the show or movie inevitably doesn't do it, like when they do it, it'll be like a little victory. But when it doesn't do what you expect them to do now, you'll be kind of salty. You'll be like, oh, this show wasn't good. If they had done this, they would have been better, or they should have listened to my idea. And I'm like, I didn't write the show, so it's not my job to say what it should or shouldn't do. I just have a lot of expectations for it, and I hope it can meet some of them. But I wouldn't be upset if it doesn't get every single one. That's why I'm not gonna make a video saying what I hope Ahsoka does, what I expect from Ahsoka, or Ahsoka should do this if it wants to be good. I'm not gonna make that kind of video. I just have a lot of expectations, and I really hope this show meets some of them. But if not, I really hope it does excel at what it's trying to do. If you guys remember from my Ando video, I basically said this show is my last chance. Basically, Ahsoka is the last chance Star Wars has to be good. If that makes any sense, like if this show is good, I know Star Wars still has passion in it. I know it still has love in it, and I know there's a lot of stories to tell. Basically, this show is the last chance Star Wars has to prove to me that they can still make good stories without being problematic, and that they can still deliver stories fans want. That was kind of like an issue I was having when Ando came out. Again, I made like 3 videos on Ando. You can go check them out if you want my thoughts on that show. But for Ahsoka specifically, if this show is good, then I know Star Wars will last for a long time to come. If it's not, then I may or may not give up on Star Wars. I'm not gonna stop being a fan. It's just I wouldn't be as hyped for every project they announce. So there's a lot riding on this one. So again, not much on my expectations for this show, just on me hoping this show is really good in the end. So far, it's great. I'm glad Dave Filoni is working on this one, so it's mostly his vision going forward. I am glad that it's mostly a sequel to Rebels, as someone who grew up with Rebels, so I'm very happy for that. And yeah, I cannot wait to see it. I know this video is like really long already. I know it was supposed to be like a reaction, but I'm gonna do a breakdown. I'm gonna do a breakdown in a couple of days, maybe like tomorrow. You'll see it come up. Just me talking about breaking down every little detail in Ahsoka and giving you like the backstory of these details and whatnot. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see this show. Can't wait to make the video. I hope you guys are as excited for it as I am. This is my most hype show of the year. So yeah, Ahsoka. Thank you so very much for watching, guys. I've been captainphoenix. I knew I had to get this up as soon as possible, so there you go. And with that, I will see you in another universe. Goodbye, my Rangers.